Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
On this edition of Rise Up Reidsville, Rhonda Wheeler with the City of Reidsville, Director of Information Technology. Hey, Rhonda, how are you?
Good morning. Doing great. Hope you're doing great, Mike.
I'm doing great as well, yes. Well, I know you have a program for us today as we look at October Cyber Security Month, Cyber Security Awareness Month. So let's jump right in, Rhonda, and some things that we certainly need to be aware of.
One of the biggest things we kind of need to be aware of is our social media. You know, citizens, businesses, and government and schools all play such a vital role in the improvement of our nation's collective cybersecurity preparedness. Creating a safer cyber environment requires engagement from the entire American community. Cyber criminals do not discriminate. They target vulnerable computer systems regardless of whether they are a part of a large corporation, a small business, or even if they belong to a home user. Cybersecurity is shared responsibility for all Americans to play a role in.
Oh, I like the way you say that, shared responsibility. And yes, unfortunately, a lot of people don't seem to be really responsible these days with a lot of things. But let's talk about social media, because everybody's spending more and more time on social media, aren't they? And things that we need to make sure we're aware of.
We certainly are. Now more than ever, consumers spend increasing amounts of time on the internet. With social media accounts, you sign up every picture you post and status you update. You're sharing information about yourself to the world. And we need to be proactive and stay safe online. We need to own it, secure it, and protect it. We need to take simple steps to connect with confidence and safely navigate the social media world. 3.48 million people worldwide now use social media. 45% of the total world population is using social media networks. 69% of U.S. adults use at least one social media site, and the average American has 7.1 social media accounts. Is that not unreal?
I tell you, when I hear you give these numbers, Rhonda, it's amazing. This is the technology is out there and everybody taking advantage of it. The information and the socializing online. It's just interesting to see how those numbers continue to grow. Well, let's talk about some tips for social media, some things that we can be proactive, as you say.
One thing to remember is that no delete button. There's no delete button on the internet. We need to share with care, because even if you delete a post or a picture from your profile seconds after it's posted, chances are someone still saw it. We need to keep our privacy settings up to date. A lot of times social media providers put out new guidelines and create new settings, and you need to stay up with those security settings. And one thing that we can disable is geotagging. And geotagging is a feature that allows anyone to see where you are and where you aren't at any given time. Mm-hmm. We can connect with people. We should only connect with people that we trust. We should never click and tell. We need to limit our information that we post on social media, from personal accounts or addresses, different types of information, account numbers, passwords. If you put it in there, chances are that somebody else can get it out of there. And we need to speak up if somebody posts something uncomfortable about you, or if you post something uncomfortable about one of your friends. If they approach you about that, you need to be open-minded and realize that your tolerances for the world of social media are not the same as the next person's. A lot of people don't like to share personal information at all. Mm-hmm. And that's a good rule of thumb to follow.
Yeah. I want to go back to a couple of things. I like the way you say share with care, being no delete button on the internet. You know, it's amazing to me, Rhonda, that I think young people particularly put so many things up and they think, you know, this is now and it's okay. But, you know, 5, 10, 20 years down the road, that could be a problem, couldn't it? Maybe job searching and things like that.
It sure could. Every day, people are looking for jobs now, and a lot of companies are in this day and time doing background checks, and they are definitely going to the Facebook pages and looking to see who you interact with and what types of information you're posting on your account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once it's out there, it's out there. And with the city and employment situations, do you actually does the city actually get into background checks and going on to social media sites and things like that, doing a little research?
Yes, they do. They definitely do background checks, and I have heard of different departments that have looked at people's Facebook pages and see how they interact with others on social media.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Talking about settings and passwords, sometimes we get hit and have to do that, but is that something that we should change, say, passwords on a regular basis?
Yes, passwords should be changed, and it's recommended to at least change it every 90 days, and if not sooner. But it needs to be changed on a regular basis. You should not use the same password for multiple accounts. Some people pick one password and use that password for everything because it's easy to remember. But that's not the safest thing to do, because once somebody hacks that one social media account, guess what? They've got your password for all the others too.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm busted. I've got to get on that right away then, it sounds like. You know, we have children, grandchildren now, and they're all with their phones and tablets and all of those devices. And give us some good ways we can protect our children.
One thing is to start early talking with your kids. Be open and honest with them. Let them know how you feel about your kids on their social media sites, what you want to allow them to do. Try to initiate conversations when topics come up that you can talk to your kids about and use examples. Something is always on the news that's happening and that you can reference and talk to your kids about. One important thing is to watch their behavior. If the child suddenly avoids the computer, then something may be going on with that, and you need to be mindful of that and watch your kids and see how they react to different things. And especially if they have mobile devices, make sure those mobile devices are secured with either PIN codes or passwords, and make sure that you only install trusted apps from trusted sources. There are a lot of apps out there that say they are free, and they're games and ringtones and that sort of thing. But in the background, unbeknownst to you, you can be installing some malware on your mobile devices, and you never even realize it's there, and the hacker is stealing your personal information.
Wow. Yeah, that's some good advice right there. Sometimes that free comes back to bite you, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Give us some steps, Rhonda, that we can take to protect our home in this digital world.
Well, more and more of our home devices, including thermostats, door locks, coffee machines, smoke alarms, they all are allowing you to be controlled with your smartphone. And when you allow smart devices to be installed in your home, you're also opening yourself up to hackers to be able to get into your environment, in your private environment. And so some of the things that you need to do are to secure your Wi-Fi in your home. Make sure that your wireless router is up to date and secured with a good password. Most every Wi-Fi or mobile device router that comes into your home comes with a factory set default password and username, and you always want to make sure that you change those usernames and passwords to something that only you know. You want to double your login protection, enable multi-factor authentication if you have the ability to do that anytime with any account that you use on your smartphone, especially if you do online banking. Many people have been hacked, identities have been stolen. And if you connect, you must protect, whether it's a computer, a smartphone, a game device, a network device. The best defense is to stay on top of things and update with the latest security updates, update your browsers to the newest and latest security and versions of applications that are offered today, and keep your Windows patched. That's why patches come out and updates come out for devices, because security holes have been found and they've been fixed.
I'll tell you, when I hear you go over these things, we need to certainly be on top of it. That's for sure, don't we?
Yes, sir. It doesn't help. Never click and tell. We want to limit the information that we post on social media. We've already talked about that a little bit, but that cannot be emphasized enough. You don't want to tell everywhere you are. You don't want to tell your vacation plans online, because guess what? That robber knows that you're not at home.
You know, I'm amazed, Rhonda, and I guess you are too, when you see those vacation pictures and we're gone for 2 weeks, we're at the beach, and all of the personal information is there. Let's don't even bother locking the front door when we leave. That's
Yep.
I'm amazed.
It's like giving them an invitation.
That's exactly right. And I wonder, I think maybe sometimes people don't realize, we were talking recently, and there are, 75 cameras in downtown Reidsville, and we're on camera, people are watching, we're online, people are watching and gathering information and the data that's out there. We can be very vulnerable in this world, can't we?
Yes, sir. It only takes a little bit of a mistake on our part and to let a hacker in and be able to steal information. There are RFID scanners that a person can walk by you and get your credit card information from within your pocketbook. There's lots of things that hackers can do, and we need to be vigilant and stay up to date as much as we can.
Now, what was that again, that kind of scanner that you just mentioned?
It's an RFID infrared type scanner that a person can have. You've heard about the skimmers that are on gas pumps?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
The type of thing that people can have handheld, and if you don't protect your credit cards, or if you carry them with you all the time, you're likely, if somebody was around, that they could possibly get your information.
Wow. Well, it can be scary, that's for sure. So we've certainly got to be responsible and just keep on top of all these things with our social media. And we've got about 30 seconds, Rhonda, if you have just a closing thought.
Stop, Think, and Connect is a national public awareness campaign aimed at increasing the understanding of cyber threats and empowering the American public to be safer. Stop before you go on the internet. Take time to understand the risks and learn how to spot potential problems. Think, and then connect. Enjoy the internet with greater confidence, knowing that you've taken the right steps to safeguard yourself and your computer. Protect yourself and help keep the web a safer place for everyone.
Rhonda, you have given us some wonderful information. I've learned a lot. Thank you for your time. Good to connect, and I appreciate it, and hope you have a great week.
Thank you, and you too, Mike.
Thank you. Bye. Rhonda Wheeler is with the City of Reidsville. She is Director of the Information Technology Department. Let me give you that website so you can get more information, riseupresreidsville.com.